I think one of the hardest lessons that I've ever had to learn that I'm still working on currently is jumping to conclusions, like a self-defecting mechanism that I acquired growing up. Is just I got so used to expecting the worst or the negative out of a situation, so I wasn't caught off guard, so I wasn't shocked, so I was prepared and ready. But the problem with that is it goes hand in hand with manifestation, or what you bring in, like your frequency. So you're going to literally attract what you're thinking, right? I think I mentioned this earlier. And so when you automatically assume or jump to conclusions, regardless of whether or not you're right, you could think that person's shady and be like, okay, I'm not going to mess with that person. But as soon as you start thinking about why, or you start playing it out in your head, or you start thinking about all these things, you start drawing that shit directly towards you. And that's one of my biggest problems that I had, because I always seem to end up in situations or around drawing people that were not of my best interest. They didn't really want to lift me up in any way. And I was constantly putting myself in situations where I was allowing myself to be surrounded by people that were negative in that sense. And then the problem with that is that I got so comfortable with that when I started meeting new people, if I got like an odd vibe or energy off them, I would automatically assume that, oh shit, right, this person, oh, they don't like me because of this. Then your insecurities kick in, or not insecurities, your fears kick in, which is the worst, because fears do not do anything good for anybody unless you're being like chased by a freaking crocodile or something. I mean, come on. So I best just to, if that's an assumption you're going to make, oh, this person's not good for me, okay, go your separate way. Don't keep harking on it. Don't keep going into it. Don't keep feeding it. Don't keep thinking so much about it that you make it the reality, just let it go. And same goes for yourself. You have these thoughts, or if you have any reoccurring things over, and if it doesn't serve you, if it's making you feel uncomfortable, or if you're upset and then you have negative thoughts or something like that, ask yourself, is this helping me? Is it really helping me? If the answer is no, then be like, delete that shit. I don't want it. Go back. Delete. It doesn't serve me. Get rid of it out of my head. On to the next thing. And if it keeps popping up, be like, ask yourself more questions if you need to. Go deeper. Why? Why would you say that? Start asking yourself questions. You don't actually out loud have to talk with yourself, but you know what? Just ask yourself the hard questions, because eventually you end up with an answer, and you end up with some sort of solution to put your mind at ease instead of fighting it. Because if you fight against yourself, then that could be never ending. Who knows?